social workers, home health aides, chaplains, and volunteers who across the years have touched the lives of so many in our community, supporting them toward a comfortable, meaningful, and life-affirming death. Addison County Home Health and Hospice and End of Life Services continue with this partnership. We hope for another 20 years. Our two agencies also partner with UVM Florida Medical Center, Helen Florida Rehabilitation and Nursing, and community education efforts through the Living with Dying Foundation. This annual vacation raffle is yet another example of our partnership. For 11 years, our two teams have worked together so that you all may partner with us in service to the community. Your chance for a dream vacation has helped the dying feel comfortable and whole as they complete lives of significance and worth. Across the years, we have raised over $270,000 in support of the service. Today's result, if you all did well and often, should put us well over the $300,000 mark. Thank you, all of you, for being the supportive community for all of human life. Enjoy your afternoon.
Thank you, Cindy. And remember, we're keeping a list of all of you who bid, and we're sending it to Frank so that he can get after you for what you bid or what you didn't bid. It's very important. Frank told me one thing that he wanted to make sure of, that this was going to be motivation for all of you to bid often, early, continuously, and really put this thing over the top. We've got to get over that $300,000 mark. So, with that, Addison County Home Health and Hospice has been serving the county for 50 years with both professional hospice services and home health visits and needs for our diverse population. Here's Deborah Wesley, Acting CEO of Addison County Home Health and Hospice.
Good afternoon, everyone. I was told to use the mic, which is unusual because usually my name is big enough. I am the Acting CEO and VP of Clinical Services, and this is a very special time for us at the agency. We are celebrating our 50th year, providing high-quality, compassionate, competent care to all the residents of Addison County. As a local nonprofit independent visiting nurse association, we provide home care and hospice care to all residents of the county, regardless of their ability to pay. It is rare a family has not been touched by us, or we by them. Hospice work is extremely rewarding, and we provide medical care to patients at their most vulnerable and challenging times, and we support families as they approach the end of life. This is very gratifying for us to have this partnership with End of Life Services, and we complement each other very well. It is reassuring for us to be able to refer our patients to them for volunteer services and know that they will be well cared for by trained volunteers. We work together on an ongoing basis, and all that we do every day is to benefit our patients. This event is proof of a wonderful community spirit that we enjoy here. It is a collaboration of two local nonprofit agencies and numerous people who contribute in many ways. We've had 13 local businesses helping us with our ticket sales. Many artists and active businesses have given unique items for us for the live and silent auctions. So please bid and bid well. Volunteers have also helped in a myriad of ways. We've had restaurants cook and donate delicious food, and generous sponsors to provide financial support. All of you have taken time out of your Saturday to attend, and we really, really appreciate it. We invite you to bid on your favorite items, get a few bidding wars going with your friends, and enjoy a delicious meal which will come soon. It is to benefit hospice services and to celebrate.
Thank you, okay, get to turn the page. Well, we're here to celebrate these two significant events marking hospice services in Addison County. And we're all very fortunate to have these outstanding services available to us all in the county. And we kind of know that in Addison County. Now it's time to celebrate and honor a person who has been a part of both organizations and who has contributed to the success of the hospice program in this county. Frank Bonacontro has been an important figure in healthcare in Addison County ever since his arrival in about 1974. I'm sure that we'll hear more about his accomplishments this evening, from the association with Porter Hospital to his establishment of Marble Works Pharmacies and the Medicine Chest to his legend radio program, Over the Counter. Some of you of my generation might even remember the Over the Counter program on WFAD. That's a long time ago to remember, but between Frank and I, we came back with some of the memories. You'll also remember that towards the end there, it became a call-in so that you could get an instant diagnosis of your medical problem or anomaly. And I'm not saying Frank was acting as a doctor, but he could give you a pretty good analysis of the situation. And you could call in without identifying yourself, which avoided the embarrassing comments and questions that might arise from your friends and neighbors. Frank reminded me the other day that my voice was quite recognizable. And did I ever take care of that rash? Well, the answer is yes, Frank. It cleared up nicely after you prescribed me something over the counter, and after I figured out that a suppository was not an oral medication. So thank you, Frank, from me and from the groups that are here today for your contribution to the health of Addison County, your assistance with each of our important organizations, and most importantly, your friendship. Maureen?
Frank, we're also very happy to be here with you today. And we have a little something for you. We have a certificate of honor. It says Addison County Home Health and Hospice and Hospice Volunteer Services thank and honor Frank Bonacontro today and every day for his tireless, kind service to our organizations and to so many members of his community.
Frank and his wonderful family are here around the table. Those of you who have not yet met Frank have something in store, something very special. Sue provides Frank, she lets him out every so often, and allows him to be a part of the community, and that's been the important factor over the years. Frank has some of the family members with him, and we'll get to introducing a few of the family members a little bit later in the program. We'd like to ask a couple of Frank's friends to say a few words, and I guess we'd like to first go to the Honorable James Douglas, past governor of the state of Vermont, for a few comments.
Thanks so much. It's great to be here with so many friends and neighbors, even you, Frank, to share some time together. And I want to thank Addison County Home Health and Hospice for what it's done for our family. It was there for Dorothy's mom and dad toward the end of their lives. In fact, her father was expelled from hospice for living too long. Very sad. Full story. But that's okay. It's okay, right, Ron? Okay. Frank, where's that picture taken? Went south, I guess, like what, Rutland or somewhere with a nice tropical place. Oh, I see. Well, Frank goes back a long way, as Tim said. I remember the radio show. I hope some of the rest of you do. I didn't know it was called Over the Counter. I thought it was called Under the Table. Misunderstood. But it lasted for quite a long time until, as Tim noted, the authorities came after Frank practicing without a license and he was run in and prosecuted. But Frank is best known, I think, as we all recall, for peddling drugs in our community for many years in an apparently lawful way. Frank has been a real leader in healthcare in so many different respects. He was the assistant administrator at the Board Medical Center for a number of years, a great entrepreneur, starting the Marble Works and the Medicine Chest, and expanding services beyond that as well. He's been a great mentor to many of us, teaching us about healthcare issues, and that's certainly been very helpful to me in my gig over the mountain for many, many years. So Frank's been a great community leader, a great supporter of healthcare, but most of all, of course, he's been our friend. I never figured out how to pronounce or spell your name, but it doesn't really matter. Thanks for the memories, old buddy.
Thank you, Governor. Next on our list of fine guests and visitors, we have a very well-known physician from Bristol. I'm sure you'll all remember who he is and why he's here in just a moment. Dr. Henderson.
So, I don't know who the guy was up here right before me, but he pretty good to stand up for a comedian. Frank and I go way back. He moved to Bristol within a year of when we came to Bristol, 1975. And we've been best of friends for more than half of our lives. And there's just so many stories. Can't get into too many. Maybe just one or two. One of the times, a few times, when I saw Frank genuinely upset. Frank, as you may know, there was nothing Frank has loved over the course of his life than making us eat. And myself and probably many of you have benefited from the deals Frank got for you or made for you. One time we were probably late 70s in Bristol. He had a motorcycle. He put it out on his lawn with a sign that said $250. Somebody came along within a day, talked to him, gave him $250, and told Frank that he would have given him $350. Frank was very upset. One other story, and nothing to do with his deal making. Fishing. When Frank came to Vermont from Long Island, Brooklyn before that, he didn't like water. He wouldn't go anywhere near a river or a lake. But I got him interested in fishing. And over the years, he became a very good fisherman. And he repaid me for that by teaching me, who was brought up a good Baptist in me, to drink. So one of our fishing, we had many trips out west, the Yellowstone area. One time in the summer, it was probably June, we'd been fishing, and Frank, he never moved around much, you know, even when he had two legs, he didn't move around. And it was dusk, and I was coming from downstream on the Madison River, and I could just barely see Frank against the setting sun. And about every third cast, he was bringing in a trout. I stood there watching, I gradually into more fish after fish. I mean, I must have watched him land dozens of nice ones. And when I got close enough to see, I said, Frank, what are you using? He gave me his usual answer, a little green fuzzy. That was his favorite fly. I got a little bit closer yet. Frank had a fly about 2 feet of it out from the tip of his rod. A rat's nest of line and leader, as big as a basket. No kidding. And coming out of that, about 12 inches of a leader with a fly. I said, Frank, you gotta change your leader. I said, no, it's been like that for the last hour. Catching so many fish, I can't bother with that. Amazing. He turned out to be a good fisherman. He was a great friend all these years, is a great friend. And again, we've all had some great deals from Frank. And Frank, I think maybe if someone wants to write his memoirs, or if he wants to write a autobiography, call it. That's right. So Frank, thank you for so many good times in the past again.
Thank you all for those kind words. Before I go any further, I'd love to find out, I know most of the folks about our family, but I don't know them. So I would either ask you, or maybe have Sue introduce John.
I'm Frank. And I've been having trouble lately.
Well, I have something over the counter.
This is suppository. This is my wife Susan, my son-in-law Sean, my daughter Jennifer, my nephew Michael, my brother John, Guy. I told you I was having problems. There are probably people behind me. Jerry and Jan from Boston, that's in-laws. No, the other in-laws, not the Italian in-laws who don't come out. And there are others that I am just not able to see, but really very nice to come and represent this.
Good people anyway.
But this is
Yeah, everybody's waiting to eat, you know. Actually, the food is coming shortly, but we have to finish this first. So next on my agenda here is a presentation from the Vermont Legislature, House of Representatives. Caleb Elder, representing Bristol, is here.
That's right.
It's great to see you and everyone here. Happy to be here and allow me to unfold it. This is a resolution that will be read on the House floor. We'd love for you to join us there. We would love to read it and send you the official copy. Either way. But most important, here's a resolution that is sponsored by the entire Addison County delegation. And on our forgive the whereases, they're required. Whereas in 1974, New York City pharmacist Frank Bonacontro, a graduate of St. John's University, decided to relocate his family to Addison County. And whereas initially he was employed at the Rexall Pharmacy in Middlebury, and whereas Frank Bonacontro left the Rexall Pharmacy to establish a pharmacy and medical supply service at Porter Hospital. And whereas in 1980, he formed the Medicine Chest, a home-based business dedicated to sales to doctors and hospitals of reasonably priced medical supplies and equipment. And whereas in 1988, Frank Bonacontro decided to open his own retail store, establishing the Marble Works Pharmacy in Middlebury's historic locale. And whereas his entrepreneurial daring was evident, and unlike in 2019, minimal commercial activity existed in the area. And whereas the Marble Works Pharmacy evolved into a popular destination for the purchase of medications and associated products, especially because Frank Bonacontro offered his customers friendly and highly professional service, and they appreciated that the pharmacy was open on Sundays. And whereas Marble Works Pharmacy's retailing success led Frank Lomacontro to open drugstores in Bristol and Virginia. And whereas for 8 years, Frank co-hosted the over-the-counter medical information radio show on Middlebury's WFAD, and whereas he served on the boards of both Counseling Service of Addison County and Hospice Volunteer Services, volunteered with the Meals on Wheels organization, and flew his own Cessna 172 aircraft. And whereas Frank Lomacontro and his wife Sue have been married for 56 years and are the parents of 5 and the grandparents of 8. And on Saturday, March 16, 2019, Frank Lomacontro is being honored at a celebration of hospice programs at the Middlebury. Now therefore, be it resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives, the General Assembly honors pharmacist, entrepreneur, and community leader Frank Lomacontro of Bristol. And be it further resolved that the Secretary of State be directed to send a copy of this resolution to Frank Lomacontro and to each of the retail pharmacies he established.
Thank you, Frank, for being here, and to Sue, especially for sharing him with all of us. And all of you out here who have come out to celebrate hospice. The most important way that you can thank Frank for his service to our community is to support hospice, is to bid high, bid often, bid high, bid high, bid high, it says here, on all of our fine silent auction items out the other end, and of course, bid freely on our special live auction items too. Just so you know what the schedule is like, we're going to open the food in a second so that you can eat, and then there will be a live auction at about 5 o'clock, and the live auction will open the desserts. So you can't eat your dessert first. Go for the food first and desserts later. But I just want to make sure you do that. You're going to open the doors, and then you can push your way through. But in the meantime, let me say thank you to Frank and his family for being here, for being willing to be our honoree this year for this particular event. We much appreciated it. We much appreciated your support of Home Health and Hospice, Hospice Volunteer Services, now EOLS, all of them that get uses and parts of it. I see you motioning me. You can say something.
I couldn't let an opportunity like this go by without honoring really the home health base, how it happened, who did it, and built it into a caring, unbelievably good health care piece of the community. It would be, I'm not going to read I have to read them because I'm over 77 now. I would start obviously with Sharon Thompson.
Can't hear you back here.
I beg your pardon?
Hold the mic right at your mouth, Frank. Thank you. Right here.
This is better?
Yes, thank you.
I want to remember Sharon Thompson and Charlene Wedwall, who were co-people starting this. Rita Bocce-Wall, who's my favorite there. Marsha Wheeler and Michelle Hanukkah. And they were up on the 3rd floor of the farm of the hospital, which actually is where Quasimodo lived. I didn't put his name down because people worry when I do that. To say that I am honored is an understatement. To say how grateful I was to find that this was not a posthumous award. That meant a hell of a lot to me, folks. I couldn't ask for a better organization to be attached to care for. I can tell you that I and my family members have used the service. My children have worked there. We're all on a journey, which I heard a lot in the past, right? Yeah, we're on a journey. I'm on a journey now. You know, I'm joining the crew. I couldn't ask for better comfort, teaching, caring on this journey that I'm getting from hospice. So I would tell you all, spread the word. Hospice doesn't mean you're dying tomorrow. Spread the word that there's love, there's following, and I think it's awfully important that they know that. Thank you all, and thank you for this.
Okay. We're getting ready to open those doors, but let's do a door prize. We're first of all going to give over those two doors over there over to you. Is the first prize. Did you all get green tickets when you came in? You have your green tickets? Okay, the first door prize is from Emerald Rose Gifts. What is it?
These are Ubuntu handcrafted candles. They're beautiful and let's get these away right now. I can see this. 730-9764.
Do it again louder.
9764. Anybody?
I'm going to pull one more for lunch. This is also from Emerald Rose Gifts. These are alpaca wool size large. They're blue and they're very pretty. 9857.
9857. Anybody? No? Here, I'll take a different one. 9692. Anybody? 9692. We're getting hungry. Anybody? Good luck.
9748. 9748. We'll try it one more time and then we're going to have lunch. Dinner, excuse me. 9829. I think we're going to go enjoy our meal and try this again in a little while.
Okay.
New tickets in the hopper here. This is about to be status socks. And I'm hoping that I can ask someone to pull a ticket for me and I'm going to read it to you. This gentleman is going to be kind of thank you.
Get your tickets out!
Ready? Folks, look at your green tickets. Thank you. 730-9783. 730-9783. Yay! Andrews. Excellent. Okay, that went so well, but I think we'll do this again. Let's give away some beautiful cards made by Susan. This is a box of Susan's cards, and I can assure you that these are gorgeous, and check them out. Yeah? 730-9781. Susan's cards. 730-9781. I'd love to give you some cards. 9781. Folks, I'm looking to give away some of Susan's handmade cards, and I'm looking for the person who has number 9781. Last call. So I'm going to ask Sherry, the magic herself, to pick out a number so somebody can win these beautiful cards. 9792. Susan's cards. 9792.
What's up with that?
979. Desperate. 9792. Check it out.
Folks are getting ready to introduce the second item in the live auction. I'd like you to look at this. This is a size 4 handmade dress. Cindy Jones of End of Life Services made this herself, donated to us for the auction. That's hand stocking, folks. Size 4 little girl's dress, and it's machine washable. I know there are a lot of grandmas in this room who would like to give that to somebody. Folks, we have a size 4 handmade little girl's dress. It was made by Cindy Jones of End of Life Services. She made it herself, hand smocked it, donated it to us for the live auction, and we'd love it if you would bid on this one right now. Deb Wesley is showing it. Again, size 4 little girl's Yeah, we're coming back up with the size 4 little girl's dress. Machine washable made by Cindy Jones of End of Life Services.
Okay, you've seen it, you've heard it, you felt it, you saw it, it'll be around here for you, and it's being carried around as a delightful hand-spot child's dress. So Grandma, who bid $100? Who bid $100 on that dress? Can I get 100? Here, 100 I got. So I got 150. 150 I got, 150 I got, and I get 200. 200 I got, and I have 250. 250, 200 I got, 250. 200 I got, 250. 200 I got for that dress. Anybody?
2 1/4. 225.
2 1/4. Okay, 225 I got. 225 I got for a handmade dress. 225 I got. 250. Who gave 250? You give 250? Oh, it's only $25. 250? 225. So yeah, 225 on that dress. 225 going once. 225 going twice. 225. Number?
1709. 1709.
1709. Peters. We all know Danforth, we're right here in Middlebury. You're very, very generous with almost every organization every year. Coastal Oil Lamp.
Okay, it's a beautiful Danforth pewter coastal oil lamp. And for those of you who have camps on the coast, you should be bidding on this. Even if you have a house on Lake Champlain, you should be bidding on it. Okay, who will give $50? $50 of that Danforth coast. There's $50 I got. Who will give $100? Anybody want to give $100? Who gives 75? 75. $50 I got 75. 75. 75 I got. 100. 100 I got. 100 I got over here. 125. 125. We got 125. 125. 100 I got. 125 I got. 150. 150 I got. 175. 175. 150 I got. 175. I got my beautiful oil lamp.
They should be bigger and they're up on the stage so that people can see it. There's so many people talking, they don't even know what's going on.
150 going once. 150 going up. Sold. 150. What was that?
We have some bidders coming in. This is the Dead Homes original watercolor. We've confirmed that. It's called Camel's Hump and Firehouse. We give everybody a minute to be able to see this as Deb walks it around. Are you ready for the Dead Homes painting? It's coming around. Are you ready for the Dead Homes painting? Who gives $500? It's a $1,000 painting, folks. I'd like to start it a little higher, so I don't have to work so hard. $500 I got. $500 I got. Who gives $600? $500 I got. Who gives $600? $500 I got. Who gives $600? $600 I got. Who gives $700? $600 I got. Who gives $700? $600 I got. Who gives $700? It's a beautiful painting with the fireflies and cameras. $600 on that. $700.
Going twice. 600, 700, 700. $700 I got. Will you go 800? Will you go 750? 750? Oh, don't lose it for $50. Oh my goodness. 700 I got 750. 700, 750? 750? I got you on 700. 750 over here. 700 going up once. 700 going twice. Sold. 700.
Again, a rattan and oak laundry basket.
Okay, we know a lot of you people have laundry. Here's something to keep your dirty laundry. And it's very airy too, so you can air your dirty laundry. Put it inside. Oh, and it comes with little green decor. So that's a beautiful basket, handmade. And it's worth $500, but I'll be glad to start at $250. We'll give $250 for that basket. $250 for the basket. Anybody give $250? We'll give $200. $200 for the basket. Right here, $200. $200 for the basket. Right here, $200. Anybody want to give $200 for that basket? Holds a lot of laundry for a large family. A lot of laundry today. We'll give $150. Start me off at $100. Anybody want to start me off with $100? $100 I got. $150. $100 I got. $150. $150. Anybody? $100 I got. $150. It's all for hospice. Even though Frank stepped out, he's going to get the list. 125 I got over here. 125 I got 150. Would you go 150? 150 I got 175. 175 I got 200. 175 over here. 200 anybody? 175. Here's the bid. 200. Anybody 200? 175 going once, 175 going twice, sold for 175.
a gorgeous farm, a lot of flowers, a lot of vegetables, nice people working there, and a nice lady named Jill. Jill has donated a 4-month floral CSA share, which means that you can take yourself up to Bristol once a week for 4 months, June, July, August, September. And you can pick your own bouquet of flowers, and whatever happens to be in there. So the flowers are gorgeous, the selection is unbelievable all summer, and it's a wonderful time to go out and enjoy nature. Does anybody have any questions about that? Because that's a little bit unusual for what we normally do. It'll be 4 months. Once a week for 4 months. It's great. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Who wants to be able to go to the floral CSA 16 times? June through October. Okay, and we're going to ask, well, we know what the value is. Normally they charge $200, but I'd like to start to get off at $100. 100 I got, 150 anybody? 100 I got, 150? 150 I got, 200. Will anybody like to go 200? Remember, this is for hospice. And anything over the value is tax deductible. So 150 I got to do 200. 175 I got 150 I got 175. 175 I got 200. 175 over here, 200. Would you go 200? 175 I got 200. 200 I got 225. 225. Anybody 225? 200 I've got, 200 going once, 200 going twice, $200. Thank you very much.
All right, Teresa.
Teresa, can I get your pricing number? 1561. Thank you. Coming in is a print for the children's book that was donated by Phoebe Snow. It's called What Night Do Angels Wander? It's a matted print and illustrated children's book. This was donated by Phoebe Stone. Gorgeous, here's the church, one of the churches in Middlebury, as I understand it. She's a local artist who's been very generous with us. And it's a wonderful children's book that happens on Christmas Eve.
Okay, the book is autographed too, I believe. The book is not only autographed, but it has a booklet in it. An illustration by the author, Phoebe Stone. So you get the book, her signature, and a little drawing for your grandchild. And a picture. It's a great book. I started it last night. I haven't finished it yet. I expect in a couple of days I'll be able to get through to the end. Phoebe Stone's book and a picture. Who gave $50? Anybody give $50? Who gave $50? I got 75. $50 I got 75. Anybody? 75. 75 I got. Who gave it?
I don't know how many of you have noticed through the years, Rob Kimball has been one of the most generous supporters of our auction forever. He made this himself, he donated it to us, and we're ready to take some bids on it.
Okay. a couple days, I need a place to stay. And this will do the bill. This will do the bill for the bird. The hole in there is made for any kind of bird, but especially those that fly. So who can give $100 for the birdhouse? Anybody want to give $100 for the birdhouse? On hospice, of course. $100 for the birdhouse? $50 for the birdhouse. $50, I got it. $75, anybody? $50 I got it. $50 I got it. $75 I got it. $100. I got 100 now. I got it. 100 I got it. 125 everybody. 100 I got. 125. 100 I got. 100 I got. Anybody? 100 going once. 100 going twice. 125. 125 I got. I got 125 over there. Go 130. Go 130 I got it. 140. 140. Would you go 140? I'm going to say 130 over here. 130 going once. 130 going twice. 140 I got. 150. 140 I got over here. 150. 140. 140 going once. 140 going twice. So 140. Just a reminder that the desserts will go on as soon as we're done the live auction. So, do me a favor, let's move this along. Reminder, the silent auction is still going too, and that'll go for a little while longer, so you have a little more time on the silent auction. If you spend something on that, so now we have a three-dimension
Yes, folks, Deb is showing us a cremation urn that was handmade and donated by Tom Dunn.
Okay. So work for art, it's handy carved. It's a beautiful urn. And if you priced urns before, you'll know that this is an expensive one. It's listed at a value of $700. I would like to get a bid for $500. If I could, $500. Anybody get an urn? $500. Anybody get $500? We'll give $250. Anybody get $250? We'll give $200. Anybody get $200? We're going to put it aside. If there's no interest. $200 for a $700 urn?
Don't forget the water.
$200? Anybody? I think we're going to put it aside. I don't want to sell it for cheap. Oh, wait a minute. 200? 200 I got over here. 300. I get 300. Anybody 300? 200 I got. 300? It's an urn. 200? 200 going twice. 200 dollars. You better look to it.
Okay, let's have some fun. This is our last live auction item, and it is a trip to Montreal. Columbus Day weekend this year is Patty Paul's cousin. This condo is conveniently located within everything that you want to see and do in Montreal. It's a 2-bedroom condo, and it sleeps 6 if you pull the couch out. It sounds like a great time. Anything else you want to add, Patty? Anything else you want to add? Beautiful patio? Check the pictures out, it's pretty nice. It's for Columbus Day weekend when we'll be looking for things to do.
2 nights in Montreal, and we have a reserve bid on this item. So I'll be bidding from the table on the reserve bid. And I'll open the bid at $200 if you will. Is there anybody want to get $200? There's $200 bid, there's $250 at the table. Would you give $300? There's the two bids for $300. Okay, $300 I got over here. $350. Anybody get $350? $350 I got? $400. Anybody get $400? $400? You got $400 bidder here is out. So all of you guys, I've got $400 here, they get $450. $450 I got, they give $500. $500 I got, who give $550? $550 I got, who will give $600? $600 I got, who will give $650? $650 I got, who will give $700? $700 I got, who will give $750? $750 I got, who will give $800? $800 I got, who will give $850? $850 I got, who will give $900? $900 I got, who will give $950? $950 I got, who will give $1,000? $950 I got, who will give $1,000? $975, who will give $1,000? $1,000 I got, $1,025. $1,025, $1,050, $1,075, $1,050 going once. Anybody else? $1,050 going twice. $1,050 is great. Thank you. And now, you can enjoy dessert. Like some people already have. Don't forget the silent auction in the other room. That'll be everything up in about 20 minutes. While we're waiting for John to come out, we have with us this Madison County Sheriff, who's got with him a bag of hermetically sealed tickets that you've all purchased. And he's going to put them into the drum while we're waiting for the Middlebury Inn staff to come out. Oh, there's my ticket. Oh, there's my ticket. trip. This prize is for the trip. This is the grand prize. Hang around following the grand prize and we'll give away the $500. Okay, so this is for the trip, and I hope one of you is here wins. With us is Robin Bentley from Milton Travel, the folks that provided this prize. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're going to draw it and you're going to announce it. Close your eyes. In the meantime, the staff in the Middlebury Inn has come out, and let's thank them for the
descended upon them this morning at about 10 o'clock, and they have accommodated every one of our wishes with style and grace. So, John Zine, General Manager, is still here with us in the building. I hope that he's, yay, all right. Thank you for everything.
And now, the winner. Who's going to Ireland, Robin?
First name is Denise. How many Denises do we have?
Raise your hand if you're a Denise. Do you remember?
Lisa Bissett.
You're going to Ireland.
Yeah,
Congratulations. And don't forget to come next year, but we'll want to hear all about your trip. And we're going to put in the party pass that you had to buy when you came into a party. So if you bought a party pass and a raffle ticket, you now have 2 chances to win the $500. So another hermetically sealed container of the party pass stores. Party pass stuff. The bag is empty. Close it up. And in they go. And Maureen is going to pick the winner. Your eyes closed because they're green or white and don't want you to know. Okay, for $500 cash, somebody's going to get something that came in good.
Just Rouse, one of our favorite wrestlers. Is Jesse
Get ready for tomorrow.
Great treat. Provide some of the